So the exams are coming up, and everyone's starting to feel a little bit wobbly, maybe about whether they're ready and prepared. So here's just a few tips on what maybe you could do to just make your life a little bit easier as we head into the exam season. So first of all, there will be a specification. If you've not looked at it yet, you might want to go and find it because there will be in there a whole list of things that you could potentially be examined on. So it might be worth you going to have a look in the spec to see the topics that you should have been taught in your lesson. I'm sure you have been taught these. You might have forgotten some of them, especially if it's right back sort of September, and your exam's not until May or January. So go back and remind yourself and have a look at what's in the specification content just to make sure you're familiar with it all. Use it as a checklist for revision. Get yourself organized, okay? Plan yourself a schedule, maybe of a certain amount of minutes per day. Maybe just 20 minutes, half an hour every day, just to go back over topics you're not sure about. Do a little bit of revision. Make yourself a little schedule, a little planner as we move, closer and closer towards the exam. Remember to be flexible and kind to yourself. If you do set yourself a nice little schedule up and then for some reason one day you miss it because you don't feel well or you have something else going on, you're busy, you've got work, etc., then, don't just give up. Just kind of draw a line under that day and start again the day after. Talk through what you've been revising, what you've been learning. Go back over your notes from the lesson and have a look at the presentations that are available to you and all the notes and etc. the teacher may have given you. Read through them, make notes on them, and then go and talk to somebody else and explain to a classmate or a brother or a sister or parent, grandparent. Just tell them what you've learned. It'll help solidify those concepts in your brain. Have a look at some past papers. Most of the exam boards have past papers now. So ask your teacher, if you've not looked at some of these already, go and have a look at the way the questions are structured and worded, how you get given the marks. Have a look at the mark scheme and try and figure out, how do you get 4 marks for a 4-mark question, for example. When you are revising, don't go crazy. Don't do so much all at once that you can't remember any of it. Small bursts of revision, probably over a longer time period, are better than one massive cram session right at the end. Make sure you get yourself a bit of exercise as well. Don't just lock yourself in a room and revise 24 hours a day. You need to get some fresh air. You need to eat and you need to drink and you need to look after yourself, even if it's just go for a bit of walk, outside around the park or something, or just around the street, or just pop down the shop. Just something to give your mind a bit of a mental rest from all of this exercise, all of this, extra revision, etc. you're doing. And most of all, I know it's hard, but try not to stress out. It is an exam at the end of the day. It is important. You do want to pass it, but not to the point where you're making yourself ill through sort of anxiety and things like that. So calm yourself, pace yourself, go over the things you're not sure about. Just take it one step at a time. Um, Drip feed yourself the information. So by the time you get to the exam, you just you've got to a point where you kind of feel comfortable and you know it all.